Peace, people. Welcome to the latest episode of the Rough Draft. I am your host, Ken Roberto Sabio, and in this episode, I'll be talking about issues between authors and bookstores. Thank you for tuning into this latest episode of the Rough Draft. We are now in the month of December. In the month of December, my latest novel, Second Chance Points, now turns 7 months old. It's 7 months. I'm still doing what I can to promote it. Still reaching out to different organizations, bookstores, a few women's basketball leagues as well. I'm doing what I can to promote it, and hopefully, sales will improve. Hopefully, I end the year on a strong note for that. And now to the issue at hand. This particular episode is actually based on a recent interaction I had. Don't want to really call it a Twitter beef, but it was an online interaction that I dealt with. This was actually okay. Well, kind of let me backtrack it a little bit. So there's been this recent campaign from a lot of indie bookstores, and it's kind of a campaign against Amazon. So a lot of booksellers and book organizations, they're basically like, well, don't go through Amazon to buy your books. Go through local small independent bookstores to buy your books, and it's kind of like an anti Amazon campaign for whatever reason. They do it online. It's a hashtag and a whole bunch of other stuff. I get it. It's a way for them to, boost their sales, sorry, and to be able to survive in this day and age with all the things that are kind of stacked up against them. And it's kind of a way of people making it seem as if it's Amazon's fault that we've had this like loss over the last few decades of independent bookstores. That's not entirely accurate because this particular exchange that I actually ended up going through with a particular bookstore, I won't name the store. Um, I basically had updated my author page on Amazon. And so I remember I was on Twitter tagging a couple of bookstores just to know about my existence and that my work is out there. And so one of them kind of made a little snarky remark about, saying tagging them in a post, saying that promoted a particular jungle site, meaning Amazon. So if you get it, Amazon jungle site. And that kind of infuriated me a little bit because of the fact that, okay, for some of us, you were saying Amazon is the only way for us to be published. And so for those of you who are doing that little anti-Amazon campaign online, as far as like telling people to only buy from independent bookstores, which I understand. Okay, what about those of us who are published through Amazon? And say that's cutting into our sales, and it's not like y'all bookstores are bothering to help promote or sell our shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of disrespectful because you're making it seem as if it's Amazon's fault that over the last couple of decades we've had this loss of independent bookstores. That's not entirely accurate because really it was the rise of big box stores that was saying the main reason for the loss of a lot of independent bookstores over the year. You know what I'm saying? And Amazon certainly didn't help that matter when they come along. But let's face it, with Amazon, they're primarily e-commerce. They're not really, saying a bookstore or booksellers. They're just the e-commerce site, and it just really it's very unfair and disrespectful because for a lot of us that are independently published, we have very many strikes against us. You know what I'm saying? Because not every author out there is going to be published through a traditional publisher, whether a large press or small press. Not every one of us has the financial capability, sorry, to publish our own book from start to finish. That takes a huge financial undertaking. So for a lot of us, you're saying the only alternative route that we have is doing print on demand publishing. And even when going through print on demand publishing, there's still an issue that we have with certain, independent bookstores because I forgot the term that they use, but it's basically, I think it's a cost on return policy that they have. And it's like, okay, with certain print on demand companies, I guess they might have a rather high, return policy fee, which really has nothing to do with us as authors. We don't know about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of independent bookstores, they're very leery to stock our stuff on their shelves. Fuck you want us to do? You know what I'm saying? There's not much that we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's a huge financial undertaking for us on the author side. And also you're kind of blaming the wrong people, and it's not like y'all haven't done something on your own to kind of exacerbate your own demise. Because again, one of the big box stores pushed y'all out. And that's because you say 9 times out of 10, they're just physically bigger than you guys and they have more of a selection, you say, for the customer base. But also, in addition, with Amazon, there's the e-commerce side, which a lot of you bookstores do not have. Actually, that was something that was proven during the lockdowns of the pandemic, because a lot of you either didn't even have a website at all, and you just didn't even have an e-commerce component where you could actually sell books online. That was shown during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And you said that was something that Amazon kind of exposed as well, you know, saying with their rise. But it's not like that was the only reason that we had this loss of independent bookstores over the last few decades. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like y'all bookstores make it easy for us as independent authors to really get our shit in your bookstores. Because it's like some of y'all, let's face it, some of y'all have some really shitty business practices. We contact you and y'all don't respond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gone through that personally. I know other friends of mine that are authors who've gone through that as well. You know what I'm saying? You send multiple emails to people. You even contact them through their social media, and then they're like, "Oh, send us an email if you really want to contact us." I've sent you like 5 fucking emails. Answer your goddamn email if I contact you. You know what I'm saying? You'll email, you'll call, we'll go to you physically and probably try to talk to you people, and we get brushed off. It's like what? You know what? Y'all have bad communication skills. And for some of y'all, y'all just clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? You want some big name authors who you can attach your name to, be like, oh, look, this person came to our bookstore. Okay, what about the small time local person who has the potential to blow up? You're just going to brush them aside because they don't have a following? They don't really have a fucking name? Really? You know what I'm saying? That's on y'all. Y'all can't put that on us, you know what I'm saying, on us independent authors. Because it seems basically like, you know what, we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. That's bullshit. We're just trying to have our stories told and get it out there to the public, and you guys are putting a whole bunch of hoops in front of us to prevent us from really getting our shit out there, or at least having it stocked in your freaking in your stores or whatnot. So that was a little something that kind of bothered me, and I really felt the need to talk about that. So, I mean, I don't want it to be bitter. I don't like my videos to be bitter that I do here on the Rough Draft, but sometimes certain things need to be called out and they need to be, you know, say really exposed. And it's about time that people stop always putting everything on authors as if it's our fault if we don't get the type of sales that we feel we deserve and we should get. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's others. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the customer base. Sometimes it's the booksellers themselves. You say, y'all do some really cruddy ass shit, but y'all want to put everything on us like we're the problem. Nah, ain't like that, homie. So, thank you for listening to this latest episode of the Rough Draft. If you would like a copy of my latest book, Second Chance Points, it is available in paperback format. You can go to Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles, and Books A Million. I believe it's also on bookshop.org. Um, Second Chance Points is also available in ebook format, so you can go to Kindle, Nook, Kobo, Apple Books, Scribd, and internationally through Tolino and Viblio. Second Chance Points is also available in the ebook format for libraries, so you can go to Overdrive, Hoopla, Baker and Taylor, Biblioteca, and BorrowBox for the UK and Australia. If you are watching this video on YouTube, you know what you need to do. Like the video, please leave a comment, definitely subscribe to the channel. So, thank you very much for paying attention. I don't know if I'm gonna do an episode 55 to end the year. I might. I haven't made a decision on that yet, but thank you so much. I'll let you guys know. As I always say, keep the fist raised. I'm always on my literary grind, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. And if I don't see you, have a happy 2023. Peace.